FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
After a few in the CIA alleged that some policy officials had politicized intelligence, in 2004, I have to say, I found this one of the most staggering assertions in the book. In 2004, I, Secretary of Defense Rumsfeld, I asked not to receive my daily oral briefings from the CIA. Mm-hmm. The Central Intelligence Agency had become so unreliable as a political matter that the Secretary of Defense of the United States said, keep them away from me. This was being reflected in the press. Daniel Dresner in the New Republic 2003, quote, the CIA is in open revolt against the White House.
First of all, in answer to your suggestion there, studies have been made and there is absolutely no truth to the, I think it was the 9/11 Commission that looked at this.
Larry Silberman's commission?
Well, the Rob Silberman Commission, whatever,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
And there's no truth to the idea that the administration, the Bush administration, tried to politicize the intelligence. I don't think there's anyone who will say that who knows anything about it.
Right.
And
but
I
the
think
CIA was accusing the administration, weren't they?
No.
Right.
When you say the CIA, some person in the CIA was saying things like that. But, I mean, you could find some person in the State Department or the Defense Department or in the CIA or anywhere in the Congress who will say almost anything. And they tend not to be the people at the top levels. But the short answer is that the independent commission found that was not the case. Now, just to correct the record, I had a terrific CIA briefer, and it went on fine. And then they changed that person to another person, and I had nothing against that person. But I started reading in the paper that somebody in the CIA was leaking to the press either the questions that were being asked by Bush administration officials, not me as it turned out, but others, the questions they were asking or the questions they were not asking. And I said to myself, gee, I'm not sure that's a good idea for them to be doing that. Therefore, I think what I'll do is I'll read the CIA materials every day and not have a briefer. If they're going to go back and report who's asking what, and then they're going to leak it to the press.
I don't want anything to do with it.
I think maybe I'll just read the materials and have someone on my staff ask the questions that there are questions I think they ought to ask.
Okay. Weapons of mass destruction. Mm-hmm. The notion that the Bush administration politicized intelligence, nonsense. No evidence whatsoever.
Absolutely false. No one has a shred of evidence to suggest that that's the case.
Larry Silberman has said, in fact, I interviewed Larry Silberman, Judge Silberman, who was a Silberman of the Silberman-Robb Commission, and he said that is a slander. All right. Karl Rove, in his memoir, says that perhaps his bitterest regret is failing to go on the offensive against the charge that they had politicized the intelligence. This whole notion, Bush lied, people died, that he lied us into the war, and Karl Rove says that over in the White House they made the decision they weren't going to go into it. It would look defensive.
Karl Rove is exactly right.
Well, that's the question. Was this a terrible mistake?
It was.
It was.
It was a mistake on everyone's part, and it's a shame.
So the President of the United States, in retrospect, the President of the United States needed to carry the American people with him through those charges. Mm-hmm.